Check, check, mic check. There we go. There we go. Let me check something real quick. Oh, we are live. Check, check, mic check. Oh, wasn't meaning to go live this quick. Let me let my wife know so she can tell the kids to be quiet. All right. All right, let's see. First thing I want to do is put on some music because I know some people like some of the music that's been going on. Let's see. Come on, come on. All right. Ooh, let's see. Either Swamp Donkey Monkey Mouth or... No, we'll go with the theme. Come on now. Hold on, dude. No, it ain't working. Let's see. Just getting started. Come on.
I love being a coon, shucking and jiving to the moon. I've learned that thief has never learned, so I jump ship just to let him burn. I fly the delay from the coon. Shucking and jiving on the righteous edge, on the righteous edge. Shucking and jiving on the righteous edge, on the righteous edge. We live it up on the edge, on the righteous edge. We live it up on the edge, on the righteous edge. I love being a coon, shucking and jiving to the moon. I love being a coon, shucking and jiving to the moon. I love being a coon, shucking and jiving to the moon. I love being a coon, shucking and jiving to the moon. I've learned that thief has never learned, so I jump ship just to let him burn. I fly the delay from the coon. Shucking and jiving on the righteous edge, on the righteous edge. Shucking and jiving on the righteous edge, on the righteous edge. Living up on the edge, on the righteous edge. Living up on the edge, on the righteous edge.
That's right. It's your boy, Jack Bravo. It is your boy, Jack Bravo on the Righteous Edge. I happen to love that song. I love that song. That's my theme song, by the way. Shucking and jiving on the Righteous Edge. As I said before, I'm your boy Jack Bravo today, and today I want to go over something that my brother pointed out to me. If you guys are not familiar with my brother, here, I will show you. Go follow him. Here he is. My brother Brian, he's been on the show multiple times. Go and follow him on X. He has more followers than me because I am a nobody. Look how much followers he got. And I mean, we both nobodies, but I'm more of a nobody than him apparently because he has more followers than me. So if you get a chance, go to X, follow him, and then follow myself, Jack Bravo. You'll see me under a lot of his posts, followed by Jack Bravo right there. This man don't even got like a background. He don't care. And he still got more followers than me. Not that I let it bother me, but he pointed me to a cartoon that we saw when we were kids. We used to watch old cartoons. My mom was a big fan of old cartoons for good reason. She was a wise woman, and those old cartoons had a lot of great ideas. They had a lot of truth in them, a lot of life lessons in them. And the thing about it was, you don't get that in cartoons anymore. You could watch SpongeBob every episode 1,000 times, you won't learn one life lesson. But you turn on one of these cartoons and not only do you see general wisdom, but you see biblical values right in the middle of the cartoon. Unheard of today. Uh-oh. When you do that to my camera, it start wigging out. It's unheard of today for somebody to have a Bible verse or a Bible lesson in the middle of a kid's cartoon. Why? Because we live in a secular society where a bunch of idiots think it's better to teach kids to cut off their penises than they do Christian traditional values. That's why. So let's not even waste time. Let's get into this. Hold up.
For your long winter needs, you just plant a few seeds. You must get up and work, not sleep. Dig and hoe, watch them grow. As ye sow, so shall ye reap.
Let me pause that right there. He said, as ye sow, sow therefore ye shall reap. I can't even say the words. As you sow, so shall you reap. That's a Bible verse. He's quoting a Bible verse in his song as he works. Let's continue this.
Better work while you can, be a diligent man. Yes, it's better to earn your keep. Do not shirk, do your work. As ye sow, so shall ye reap.
Working can wait. This is paradise. Having no work to do and taking it easy too. Working can wait.
You know what? Let me pause this. So you see here, already they're doing a contrast. You got Porky Pig, who's working very hard. He's working very hard to accomplish the goals that he has. He's a farmer, which all farmers work really, really hard. And then you see the contrast with this dude saying, "Working can wait." And look, let's rewind a little bit because I want y'all to notice the little details they put in here. Wait, let me rewind it.
Working can wait. This is paradise.
Let me pause it right there. Look at that. His house is a wreck, right? Nothing's taken care of. The windows are falling apart. The door is falling off the hinges. The dog is not clean because there's flies swirling around it. This is what they're doing. This is what they're showing. Even back in the 1940s, this is a cartoon. They saw a lazy man. He on his porch. We know all about that. The lazy man, he's on his porch, just kicking it. His dog is dirty. His doors are falling off the hinges. And he's singing about how working can wait. This is like perfect. Perfect for today.
Having no work to do and taking it easy too. Working can wait. Let it wait.
I want y'all to notice, even the way he's singing is lazy. Working can wait. They had so much character in these old cartoons. It's like they really wanted you to learn this lesson. This dude was so lazy, he couldn't even sing properly. Dog is sleeping. All right.
Darling, it's true. This is paradise.
Wait a second. Wait. No. We can't skip past that. So his dog is so lazy, he can't bear to get himself up to bark. He can't even muster up the energy to chase this super lazy cat. Look how lazy. Everybody lazy in the house. The mouse is lazy. Look at how sleepy and tired the cat is. Just watch these animals' behavior.
Working can wait.
Oh my gosh, I gotta point this out. So the chickens, instead of laying eggs, they're playing dominoes. This cartoon, tell me this is not prophetic. Tell me this is not. Instead of doing their job, a bunch of hens are surrounded by each other playing dominoes. Okay, like act like these old people ain't had nothing to say. They had something to say.
Milking can wait. This is paradise. Gazing at all your charms.
Oh my gosh, I gotta point this out. Wait. I know it's just too much. It's too much truth here. Let's rewind that, because some of y'all missed it. The cow, the heifer, is saying milking can wait. And what is she reading? Women's smut about Ferdinand the Bull. They knew people's character back then. What did I say about women's smut? It's the same as men's pornography. Same exact thing, just for women. And they knew that this would take away women's time and turn them into the degenerates that we see today. So she, instead of being milked, by the farmer and doing her job by providing resources for the farm, she's reading about Ferdinand the Bull. Some of y'all don't see how prophetic this is.
Paradise, gazing at all your charm. Working's a false alarm. Working can wait.
Then they hit the harmony. Uh-oh.
Boy, is it freezing in here? This is the coldest I've ever been. Gee, is it cold?
Even the dog cold.
There must be something to eat around here.
Wait, I want y'all to notice this.
There must...
The doors is all crooked, in need of repair. The house interior got holes in it. Well, look, y'all missed that, did y'all? Let's just look at it. Look at the holes in the walls of the house. Unkept. The dude is so lazy that snow is in the house. Snow is in the house. Holes all on the walls. Look. Look, big old holes. Snow got in the house.
Boy, is it freezing in here? This is the coldest I've ever been. Gee, is it cold? There must be something to eat around here.
So the letter in the cupboard says, "Now you know how I felt." From his mother. With nothing but cobwebs and a nail. She left him a note. What? All right.
Am I hungry?
What's the lesson so far? Oh my goodness. So the lesson so far, he was touting and singing a whole song about how working can wait and how it's so glorious to be able to be lazy and do what you want to do and relax, right? And then you got Porky Pig, who was working on the farm really hard and singing a song about enjoying work and how you'll reap the benefits later. And now winter's hit. And the lazy guy is so cold, his dog is following him around and they have nothing to eat. And people had tried to warn him before. So you kind of see they giving a lot of lessons as to what can happen when you have a lazy society. That's what they're saying. Let's continue.
How'd you like to have a nice, big, juicy steak smothered in onions? Shoestring potatoes? Corn on the cob with melted butter? Spinach?
Watch that. Wait a second. So he's going and he's fantasizing about the good meals he can eat. A big old steak smothered in onions, right? And potatoes. And then he gets to the one healthy thing. Because corn is not that healthy, let's be honest. He gets to the one healthy thing, spinach, and the dog says no. No, I don't want to. As hungry as he is, he still don't want what's good for him. Y'all don't see the lessons in this? And here, look behind the dog. Nothing but cans and stuff thrown all around the house. They got, look at that, the teacup or the mug. Broken, can't even hold it. He don't take care of nothing. The the sink is overran with ice because it's all frozen over. He's the perfect example of somebody who does not take care of their home. A lazy man.
Shortcake topped off with gobs of whipped cream and a demitassel.
Wait a second. So here's another thing. This is kind of funny when you think about it. The dog starts to smell some food, and they didn't open a refrigerator. They go to the pile of garbage that is accumulated in the corner of their house. Tell me that you don't know somebody who lived like that. People be living like that to this day. To this day, they be living like that. If you ever grew up in the hood, if you ever been in somebody's hood's house, people always got this saying where they be like, man, there's some people's houses I will not go into because of how they live. This is a perfect display of that. This man is looking for food in a pile of junk that he discarded in the corner of his house, too lazy to take it outside. I've been in people's houses like this. Sad to say, I've seen people's houses like this. One lima bean.
Here, where's your manners? We should be thankful for all this. Now, don't you think we should say grace?
So, let me point this out. So he says, first of all, you would think it's a good thing that they're saying grace, right? You would think it's a good thing that at least he stopped to pray for the one little lima bean they found. That's actually not the point. The point is he wasn't living like a Christian before. And now he want to be thankful to God for an extra lima bean when he just chose to live his life in such a lazy way that he can't take care of his home. Now he want to pray. And it goes to show you this is a perfect depiction of what's going on in the hood right now. A perfect depiction of what the Democrats want for a black community right now. They don't mind religion when it's a side mission. They just can't have it be your life. Because when religion is a side mission and you say, thank the Lord and get little Pookie out of jail and I pray for a new job and I pray that EBT check come through the mail. They don't mind you going to church to pray for goofy stuff like that. But they mind that you really trust in Jesus Christ. Give your life to him, change your life, change the way you think, and change the way you vote. Then you're going to see their true ideas about Christianity. They don't mind you have a fake Christianity where I thank God that I got a new car, naming and claiming. I pray that the Lord bestow blessings on me. They don't care. That type of fake Christianity is not a threat to Democrats. It's not a threat to neo-Marxism, all the liberalism, left-wing ideology, socialism. It's not a threat to any of that crap. Fake Christianity is an asset to evil because it's fake, it's counterfeit. True Christianity does not allow you to pray to God in one hand and then live like you don't know God in the next. And that's what this cartoon is depicting, and that's why it's such a great cartoon. So, all that prayer they just did, and the mouse came and ate their little lima bean and staring at them, menacingly staring at them. That's such a good depiction of like how not having food and being at the bare end, the end of the line, the rock bottom of your life, it makes you go insane. I've been there. You don't know whether to laugh or cry. That's where he is, because he got himself in this situation. He knows he got himself in here, but all he can do is cry. The last little morsel of food he had was taken from him. You could think of it as a lesson from God.
Say, the guy's out of his head. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to eat me. No, no, don't. It's me. I'm your dog. Row, row. Remember? Somebody tell him it's me. You can't get away with it. I'm warning you. You'll hang. They'll get you for it. No, no, don't.
Wait a second. So you see in Porky's house, just to rewind it. In Porky's house, when he walks past the window, look at Porky's house. The dog, everybody eating good. They got a whole turkey or chicken or whatever it is. And he got a whole meal prepared for him and his dog. It's kind of ironic that he is a farm animal eating other animals. I guess pigs do eat everything. So do dogs, to be honest. But look, so the contrast. His house is nice and clean, and the other guy's house is terrible.
Oh, pardon us. Were you having dinner? Smells good. No, don't let us bother you. You see, we were just passing by and...
You buttered your bread, now sleep in it.
Facts! Facts! Porky is talking. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. And some of you guys will understand the lesson here when you see the whole cartoon. Because Porky slams the door and he said, you buttered your bread. And basically he's saying, you chose what you wanted to do with your time. You chose to be lazy. Now you can starve. That's actually a biblical principle. Here, for some weak soft Christians that think that the government is supposed to be supplying everything. Let me show you. Some weak Christians think that it's biblical. Hold on. Some weak Christians actually think that it's biblical for us to feed people who do not work. They don't read the Bible. That's why they think this. They're not smart, and a lot of them aren't Christians. They've adopted liberal ideology in place of what the Bible actually says. Look at 2 Thessalonians. For even when we were with you, we would give you this command. If anyone is not willing to work, let him not eat. Now, it can give you more context here because at that time, it was Christians who thought themselves holy, right? They thought they were more holy than the other Christians. So what did they do? My camera following me. What the Christians did was they would sit on top of a mountain and wait for Jesus to return. And they thought that was a holy thing to do. And Paul is writing them in his letter because other Christians would bring them food and they would say, we're just going to wait for Jesus to return. And while we do that, bring us food and bring us everything we need. You don't want us to die out here now, do you? And Paul said, no, if you don't work, you don't eat. That's what the Bible says. This is not being cruel. This is not something that's, oh my gosh, you evil Republicans don't want to really take care of anybody. The Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. You don't just get to go around mooching from everybody with your EBT card. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's a Christian principle. Stop being lazy and expecting somebody else to take care of you. Here's the thing that a lot of Christians don't like is that when it comes down to giving things to the poor, when it comes down to helping others, helping those in need, Jesus talked a lot about that. And that's a conviction to the right and to the left, right? But I'll tell you what, it's more of a conviction to the left. Because when Jesus told people to give to the poor, he was talking about on an individual basis where it cost you something. Not as a collective, we just tax the richest and give that to the poor. No, it doesn't mean anything if it costs you nothing. When he talked about giving to the poor, he's talking about you. You, whoever watching this video, going to a homeless shelter, being involved in your church and their outreach ministry to the poor, and actually donating your time and your wealth to that. Not voting for higher taxes for people you don't know. That is not Christian to steal and say, oh, well, you know, they take money for Planned Parenthood and they say they give it to the poor and the gay agenda in schools, but it's the Christian thing to do to give them more money, right? No, you big idiot. That's not the Christian thing to do. The Christian thing to do, if you really cared, was to take your own money, your personal wages, buy food. Well, my dad taught me a long time ago, and this is super true. He said, there's plenty of homeless shelters in the city that we live in. There's plenty of food to go around. Most people are homeless because they made bad decisions. And one way that he tested that by also obeying God is when he stopped at the gas station, somebody would be asking for money. And I remember it was a gas station not too far from our house, like maybe 4 or 5 blocks. And we would stop there and we weren't in the best of neighborhoods. So every single time we went there, I mean, it got torn down right now, but I would say to this day, it would be somebody out there, but it got torn down. Every single time we went there, somebody was out there begging for money. And he taught us a lesson. He was like, oh, you know what? Are you hungry? Yeah, I just want a couple dollars to get something to eat right outside the gas station. My dad would go in, buy him a sandwich, buy him, a muffin or something that could fulfill his hunger, like some chips and like a whole meal. My dad would do that. There were several times, in fact, more often than not, 8 times out of 10, where the dude would be like, hey, can I just have the money? Because I don't really like that. And my dad would be like, no, you cannot just have the money. Why? One reason, you're irresponsible with money. That's how you got in this situation. Second reason, there's a lot of druggies and stuff that lived in our community that would take that same money you gave them and shoot it right up their veins and overdose. And he's not going to be a party to that. He's not going to be where he has to come before God and say, hey man, you knew it was drug crimes going on in your area. You knew people were shooting up in the alley behind where you live. And you gave this dude who looked like he had druggy money and then he died. Now part of that is on you for enabling him. But Christians want to feel like they're doing something good. Christians want to feel like they feeding the poor without actually being wise. Be wise as serpent, but harmless as doves. It's such a life lesson. And Porky Pig, in this cartoon, he was slammed the door. And the theme of the whole cartoon is that he's right to slam the door. But then he gets what we have today, weak Christianity, with this overwhelming guilt. Watch, because look, you'll see. Look, so let me just talk about this because this is super important. He sees his own sign, which is another Bible verse. Love your neighbor. He sees that. He hung it up right by the door. And what he does is he makes a crucial mistake. He confuses loving your neighbor with enabling a lazy glutton. It's two different things. The life lesson in this is many of you got kids, you got cousins, you got family members who are lazy and they need to hit rock bottom because if you don't work, you don't eat. But instead of them hit rock bottom and allowing them to learn the lessons and reap the benefits or reap the consequences of their actions, you keep giving them money. You keep helping them. Let them fail. Let them fail. And guess what? And sometimes and many times that's a biblical principle. Even the Bible says in Corinthians, when somebody is going too far into sin, you hand them over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh. Plenty of people have to hit rock bottom before they bounce back, before they see the need for God, before they see the need that they are a sinner in need of salvation. They need to hit the bottom.
Oh, pardon us. Were you having dinner? Don't let us butt in.
Well, won't you fellas come in and have dinner with us? We have plenty.
Let me point out something real quick. So he at the door knowing that he want to eat some of Porky Pig's food. Talking about, don't let us bother you. Don't let us bother you. Yeah, you are bothering. You know what you came there for. And as soon as the words left his mouth that, you can come eat with us, they fly over there. Is this not how people in the hood, this is probably every culture has this where they enable part of their family members, but I've seen it so much in the hood where somebody come over and we just had a thing in our church. And I'm not ashamed to say this because our church is like in the inner city. We had a thing in our church and we invited a bunch of people and we put out a bunch of food, and some people who came was not even members there. They didn't, and some were members, but they didn't contribute. And guess who was fixing 5, 6, 7 plates? A bunch of the single mothers to take food home. A bunch of the lazy idiots with no job who live with their mom. Those types. Lazy pieces of trash that were invited so that they could come and have a relationship, learn more about God so that they could actually be better human beings by the grace of God, accept Jesus Christ as your savior and give your life to Jesus. And nope, they came there, took advantage of the food before anybody who bought anything could package anything up. They fixing 4 and 5, 6, 7 different plates, taking them home to people who didn't even feel the need to get up out of bed to come to church to even have the generosity of your presence. They taking food back to those people. That type of stuff pisses me off. One, because I see how much work went into it. And two, because I know you came for the wrong reason. You didn't come because you loved us. You didn't come because you wanted to get to know us. You didn't come because God was tugging on your heartstrings to say, you know what? You need to give your life to me. You didn't come for that. They came, and this happens a lot, and it comes with the territory of having a ministry. They came to take advantage of the church people. They came because, oh, y'all got some food? Instead of me worrying about who paid for it, let me just package it all up. They didn't ask. They just started doing it. Tell me y'all haven't seen anything like this. This happens all the time.
Yes, sir, Pokey. I certainly learned my lesson. You won't catch me cold and hungry next winter. No, sir. What's that? Why, it's spring! Working can wait. This is paradise, having no work to do, and taking it easy too. Working can wait.
Oh, wait a second. What's the theme here? Wait a second here. Oh my goodness. Hold on. So I got to see if I can find something. But what is the theme, class? What is the theme? What is the theme here? What just happened here? I want y'all to think hard, think hard. Because what happened is he ate up all Porky Pig's food. He ate it all. He ate it down, down to the bone. He was picking his teeth with the bones. He was picking his teeth with the bones, and not even a second later, he heard a bird tweeting. And he said, "Oh, it's spring again." And he ran. With all his might, he ran. Oh my goodness. Let me pull it back up because oh man, I accidentally deleted it. I'm gonna find it again. He ran, y'all. Think about what this man did. He couldn't wait to get back on that porch. He couldn't wait to get back on the porch and sing his song. He even sung it faster. Working can wait. It's a paradise having the work to do. How can you do something like that? So, and what the lesson is, he didn't learn anything. That whole lesson was because somebody fed him, he didn't learn anything. That is an insane message that we need today. Because you're trying to be so nice to somebody, you actually can block God's discipline for them. He learned nothing. You know what? Let me see if I got time for this other cartoon. I'm going to see if I got time for it because I was going to do a short one today, but it's another cartoon I just found that's like really good. Let me see something. Oh, goodness. That's such a great lesson. So Porky Pig did not do the right thing by feeding him. Porky Pig did the wrong thing. He did the unchristian thing by feeding somebody who had all that time to make things better and chose to be lazy. You know why Porky Pig didn't want to let him in the house? He saw what this clown had been doing. He noticed. He said, "You made your bed, now sleep in it." He told him. So he had been watching this man be lazy all his life. He had been watching him, looking at him like, dude, this grass ain't never cut. Holes all in his house, he ain't never patched up. This dude is super lazy. And he got the nerve to come over here when it get cold. Porky Pig had been watching him. And now he want to come over here and beg for my food.
We'll do it every time when there's mischief to do. He's always up to mischief. He's such a busy fella. A little mischief done over here. A little mischief done over there. He's up, we'll do.
Let me see some.
There. What's going on out there?
All right, I might got to stop the stream because my wife says it keeps cutting out. But if that's what you guys saw, we'll review some more cartoons at a later date. But let me see if I can fix something real quick. All right, peace out, you guys. It's Jack Bravo on the Righteous Edge.